Today we're going to be answering the age-old question. Should you really make fun of the Juju non? Now you can classify Skyblock players into multiple different classes. Of course one of them being the Juju non. The Juju non will of course use the Juju shortbow. After all, are you really a Juju non if you don't use a Juju? And then they'll of course use Shadow Assassin armor. But wait a second, something doesn't look quite right. The regular Juju non does not have the budget for a Shadow Assassin chestplate. They'll of course do the smart thing and opt for the cheapest possible Zombie Knight chestplate they can find on the AH. Now, this is much better. Now of course you'd think surely the Shadow Assassin cloak would finish off the set. However, I'm pretty sure that Juju nons aren't aware of equipment, so we'll be taking all of that off, even though, you know, Lotus isn't going to really help. Now luckily for me, I already do have a Juju in the museum. However, we need to make it our own. We need to make it into a Juju shortbow that a Juju non will be proud of. It's time to get to work. The next time you'll see this Juju shortbow, you'll be absolutely astounded. Behold. I can't. Let's go over it. It's 3-starred. It's got precise for those headshots. It's got 7 hot potato bucks because probably run out of money. Solely to 3 because that's just what you do. We've got punch 2 on there so we can make sure that we keep a good distance from those mobs. Infinite quiver 8 because, well, we didn't have enough infinite quiver books to make a 10. Overlord 1 because I'm not really familiar with this enchantment. Well, I am. But the Juju non wouldn't be. So he just wants to try it out. Power 5 and of course Impaling 2. When are we going to be fishing? There's no need to spend the XP on Impaling 3. Our setup is almost complete, but there's still work to do. Opting for a skeleton pair isn't actually that bad of an option, but we've got to make sure that it's candied. And of course it can't be level 100, so... Wow, that's a... I've never seen that 13 mil ever again. What am I doing? Anyway, let's do this. Anyway, let's test this amazing setup. But before we do, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS. It gets yourself 5% off. You should subscribe to the channel. If you watch the videos and you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. You should join the Discord server. It's linked in the description of this video. We offer slays and dungeon carries, so if you need carries or want to carry and make some coins, make sure to join. I almost forgot our power stone. Hurtful, of course, would be optimal, but we're not doing this the optimal way. Instead, shaded is nice and cheap, and to be fair, Juju nons aren't that silly, he says. But having tuning points active is a step too far. Behold the power, the beast. Now, we've got to do a little test. Do we have our skeleton pet on? Oh yes, we do. Look at this beastly setup. Now, something I am slightly worried about is these leggings have protection 6, but they have last stand 1, so that makes up for it. They also have full hot potato books on, which is a little bit unheard of, and also 5 stars. The same here. These leggings have growth 6, which is really not a Juju non sort of thing. They also have slots unlocked, 5 stars and hot potato books, so I'm really slacking off here. The helmet is the same situation without growth or protection 6, but I'm guessing we can move on from this anyway. The power is immense. Actually, the damage isn't actually too bad. It really isn't. Consider I'm literally using the most scuffed setup you'll ever see. Oh, we can test our Reforge. A regular hit is 225k damage and a hedge. Okay, well, I wanted to test a headshot, which we still will. And a headshot is... Really, that was a headshot? A headshot? A headshot? A headshot. Well, this just isn't going well. A headshot. Okay, that wasn't the head. A headshot. Why is it less damage? I literally got a headshot a minute ago, and it did 300k damage. And now for some reason I can't replicate that. What is going on? I want to see the headshot. Precise is definitely on here. Nah, maybe I'm just imagining things. No, I think I actually am. A non-headshot is... It's not right. A non-headshot's 219, 220. Okay, I don't even know at this point. Yeah, sure, it does slightly more damage to the head. No, it doesn't. It does less. You know what? Let's move on. Dungeons it is. I did 230k there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Besides the point. We've got the Juju non set up. Let's get the bread. They bought a new chest plate. Would they star it or not? Well, maybe they would. Maybe they would. Maybe just like 1 star though. Just to see how much better it is. Floor 5 seems good. I mean, I'm aware that I have way more magical power than someone using this setup would have. Not the point. Look at the absolute annihilation. This is floor 5. And the Juju is more than capable of doing floor 5. Ooh, my PC is dying. Let me tell you. Okay, how does it fare against the Frozen Blaze? The Frozen Blaze is no, there's absolutely no, it just can't put up a fight. It can't believe what it's seeing. The Juju non power is just too great. It really is. So we've come to the conclusion that the Juju non setup is perfectly fine for, well, any foreseeable flaw for a Juju non, such as flaw 5. You know, conclusive proof. Archer 31 and almost 1300 magical power, just like a Juju non would have. So probably around about the same skill level though. Anyway, yeah, he can do dungeons, that's fine. Well, let's move on. Now, what would be interesting is to see what happens in every other aspect of the game where a bow is necessary. And sure, we're going to keep the Juju, but we're going to keep the setup exactly as it is. Of course, Terra Armor would make the Juju actually relatively decent anywhere else outside of dungeons. But that's not something that a Juju non would do, and I feel like it would be dishonourable. So without further ado, let's go to the end. Okay, now we're going to the end when I've actually typed it correctly. Now, of course, the great thing about the Juju, as opposed to other bows, is that we can kill enemy with it. It works absolutely flawlessly for killing zealots, of course. The Juju actually is a pretty strong bow in actual fact. See, flawlessly, perfect. The best setup. Anyway, moving on. How about the Bruiser Hideout? These will pose a little bit more of an issue, I guess. Oh no, they won't, because the Juju's great. The Juju Shortbow, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the finest pieces of machinery ever to exist. And this guy thinks he's doing it right with his frozen scythe, but he should be using a Juju. Did you know the glacial scythe is actually more expensive than the Juju too? It's taking a big L. You know what? This is fine. This is no match. The Juju Shortbow is doing, well, you know, way too much damage to be here. It's kind of, it's out of its depth in a good way. I think we really need to take it to the next level. Now, I'm aware this is basically a death sentence, but let's try it. Easy, man. It's the new meta. Struggling to spawn your Ender Slayer bosses? Look no further. This is the setup. If I actually had, like, things optimized, and not just terrible reforges and enchantments and everything just a little bit scuffed, then pretty sure we'd be able to actually one-hit these guys. Once again, Juju non is not going to have 1200, 1300 magical power. Having said that, we're making the rules, like, am I not a Juju non right now? Am I not always a Juju non? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, this place is too easy. Behold, the Juju non's nightmare. The place where the Terra Armor was born, and Shadow Assassin was finally bested. Not like it wasn't before, but Juju nons aren't to know. Let's see how it fares. Magma Cube. See ya. It kills things. Is it fast? Not really. You know what, we can really put this to the test. Also, can I just draw attention to my bonus attack speed? It's 3. New meta? Oh, this is painful. Painfully good, though. In a good way. But jokes aside, okay, the Juju is not a bad weapon. Even though this one's completely scuffed, the armor is scuffed, I've got no equipment, I don't have, you know, the greatest power stone on. Now, I could get a lot more out of this setup if I really wanted to. It's still really quite decent, even though everything's completely scuffed. So, let's go back to the initial question. Is it okay to make fun of Juju nons? Well, if the setup looks like this, with a Carnage level 76 skeleton pet, then I'd say yes. But otherwise, I'd probably say no. If it's actually a decently done setup, it's not really a bad setup to have at all. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.